The sound of the wind as Lohbado lay in an old shack, loose floorboards, in places you could put your foot through the floor and see the mud and smell the earth and mildew coming up, the moisture. People were afraid to live there because of the radiation. It brought back memories of being in the institution where he was frequently scolded, where he always had, when he walked in the room, he had the feeling that people were unhappy with him, because they felt he'd done something terribly wrong, and he just would walk in and cringe, waiting to be scolded or punished.
So when Peter worked for the Department of Regulation as a push-button expert, just the sheer monotony or repetition of pressing buttons caused him to start to hallucinate. He started seeing little frolicking rabbits, puppies. He started seeing rabbits, puppies, kittens frolicking in the keys that he was supposed to press. And it began to tickle his fingers, and one day he was just sitting there laughing at his push-button console when the boss walked in, and he looked at the boss, and the boss's head appeared like the head of a pig. And when the boss talked, it came out, sounded like oinking. Now, this is not to insult bosses. Of course, in this case, this boss was unpleasant, and things were always nicer at work when the boss was away or traveling. When the boss was not there, the atmosphere was lightened up a lot. There's a lot of nice bosses too, but there's a lot of nasty bosses. But that's besides the point. This is a story. And so that's when the trouble began, because the messages intensified. And that was when things really deteriorated. The Lohbado's condition at the Department of Regulation deteriorated when he started hallucinating.